Hey yo, I'm back at another video, and today I want to talk about the fight that took place, I think this morning, last night, I'm not exactly sure, where PK Tawanchai, aka the ONE FC Featherweight Muay Thai champion, he's just finished his opponent, Superbon. They actually had a match prior to this, probably 2 years back. I don't exactly know when it happened. Yeah, it was in 2023, and then Tawanchai once fought against Joe Natawat in 2024, and both of these two fights that he has had were unanimous decision. And but in this fight, Tawanchai just destroyed Superbon. He knocked him out. I think it was in round two. Yeah, I mean it was a really bad knockout. So ONE FC has been putting some really good content. Look, if you want to watch pure striking, pure kickboxing, pure Muay Thai, I think ONE FC puts the best Muay Thai fights all over. I mean, I'm fairly certain there are probably some regional promotions in Thailand that is, there are who are producing really good Muay Thai content. But if you look at the production quality of ONE Championship when it comes to Muay Thai, they are the best in the best. They're like the best of the best. And this is the knockout. You guys can probably watch it. I'm not going to play this because I don't want to get into trouble of copyright issues and all kinds of stuff. And again, Tawanchai, I've been watching this guy for like the last 2 or 3 years. He's a star in ONE FC. He's a star overall. He and what was her name? Stem Fatex. I think they're both really stars in their own right, and they're really entertaining, really good fighters, really good looking, uh, and that matters. By the way, looks matter even when fighting. But apart from Rotang, but yeah, he's on a really good winning streak. He only lost once to City Chai back in 2021 when he was probably 21 years old or maybe 22. I think he was probably 21 years old at that point of time, or maybe 22, whatever. And apart from that, he has had like a really good record in ONE Championship. And I'm fairly certain, even before fighting in ONE Championship, I'm fairly certain he was probably fighting in the various stadiums of Thailand. Maybe I don't know about his Lumpini records and everything. I don't follow Muay Thai that much. I don't even follow ONE FC that much, but I do follow someone like Tawanchai or someone like Superlek or someone like Rotang. They're basically so good in their craft. They're so good in their skill set. They translate and they transfer all across um, martial arts enthusiasts, right? Even if you do not watch Muay Thai, still you care about someone like Tawanchai. Even if you do not watch Muay Thai, you still care about someone like Rotang. um, I think I remember watching a couple of his fights where he was knocking people out and he was throwing a lot of leg kicks. But his last three fights, prior to fighting Superbon in this particular fight that took place tonight or last night, I'm not exactly sure. But I did watch the highlights of that fight, and I kind of completely watched that fight. That fight was not very long; it was hardly like 10 minutes or something. But in round one itself, Tawanchai was doing. Round one was pretty good for Tawanchai. I think he was winning that round on points. And in round two, of course, he just figured out Superbon and he knocked him out three times. So he did not knock him out. Basically, there were three knockdowns. If you knock your opponent down three times, then the fight will be ruled in your favor as a knockout. Then the fight will be stopped by the referee. That is what happened. And he's only 25 years old, so he still has like 2 to 3 years left to reach his prime, at least 2 to 3. So it is really interesting to see, the Muay Thai fighters from Thailand because they are really, really good, and they are basically surgeons. I think sniper would be a wrong word. They're like methodical as a surgeon. They're cerebral in their fighting style. And of course, if you know anything about Muay Thai, then you already know about someone like Saenchai, uh, Sagat, and all of these legends. You can watch their documentaries on YouTube as well. But if you talk about this particular fight, this was really good. Like I mean, Superbon had no chance. It looks like he made Superbon look like a newbie. He made Superbon look like an amateur in this fight. A lot of other fights also took place in this fight card. I kind of watched the highlights. Of course, I did not watch the entire fight card live. I do not really follow kickboxing and Muay Thai and boxing that hardcore. I only watch UFC majority of the time, and sometimes I watch some other. I mean, it's really difficult to watch other fighting organizations except for UFC because I've got a subscription of UFC and I do not have a subscription of other um, events. But as far as on this particular fight is concerned, do watch it. I think it is available for free on YouTube. I'm not exactly sure, but the highlights are definitely available for free. So do watch it, man. It is really good fight. It was a really good performance by Tawanchai, and he is someone. He's a global star. I don't think he's a global star, but anyone who watches Muay Thai, anyone who's aware of kickboxing, they definitely know who Tawanchai is. Really entertaining fighter. And a lot of other fights also took place today. Fabrício Andrade, he continues mastery of Kwon one. He knocked out his opponent to retain MMA world title. I don't know about the MMA skills of Fabrício Andrade. I don't know how good he is. Maybe he's a really good fighter, but then again, until as long as you do not fight in UFC and you're an MMA fighter, I do not consider you to be, the best in the world. He is the best in ONE FC, but he's not really the best in the world. Uh, I mean, we did see Adriano Moraes knocking out Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, but come on, that was like one shot. I think DJ was not really prepared for it, and DJ wasn't really aware of the rule set and whatnot, whatever happened. But then again, DJ came back and knocked him out again. So yeah, I mean, again, really good for him. I don't know which weight class does he fight. He probably defeated a Korean fighter, or maybe I'm not exactly sure. Bantamweight. Basically, he's a flyweight fighter. The bantamweight in ONE FC is basically the flyweight in UFC because they allow the hydration test and everything. They allow hydration and everything. Then this guy, Nabil Anane, he is a really tall fighter. I think he's about like 6 feet 4 or 6 feet 5. No, I think he's about like 6 feet 5. He's a really really tall fighter. I think he did lose his fight against Roteng. I think he did lose against Roteng. I'm not exactly sure. Or Superlek. I'm not like I think he did lose to Roteng because Roteng is really short. He's like 5'5", 5'4", and this guy is like 6'4", 6'5". He's really almost a foot taller than Roteng, but he did get knocked out. But in this fight, he was really doing well. Again, I did not watch the entire fight. I did watch the highlights, but I wanted to make this video because majority of the people, they do not really follow Muay Thai and they do not really follow ONE FC. But I just wanted to let people know that hey, this is also happening outside of UFC. And a lot of people, they complain about grappling in MMA, grappling is boring, crotch sniffing is boring, grappling is boring, wrestling is boring. So for those people, they can just watch Muay Thai and be happy. But again, Nabil Anane, really tall dude. Like his opponent was also tall. He was his opponent Carrillo. He was also a really tall fighter, but compared to Anani, he looked really small. So Anani is I think he wears Luffy's straw hat, and he kind of looks like Luffy. His fighting style is also kind of like Luffy. He has really long limbs, and he kind of looks like Luffy. He's really tall, really lanky, and he's a really good fighter as well. But then again, I think he's cutting a lot of weight to fight with opponents who are like half his size. But then again, this guy who we fought against looked really big. Like he was not exactly a small fighter that he fought against. But you never know. Maybe they're really short and he's really tall, or maybe it's both. We don't know. But this was a really good performance by him. Then this dude, Estupinan twins. Okay, there are two Estupinan. That is what I was seeing. Like I saw both of them fight, and I was like, wait, this is like is this like a tournament style fight where they fight twice? Then now that I realize it was basically two twins. Marcelo Garcia was also there, by the way. Marcelo Garcia, I think he defeated Iminari by a shoulder lock, or I think it was a triangle. It was a modified arm triangle or something that Marcelo Garcia put Iminari on, and Iminari just had to tap. Marcelo Garcia, again, one of the best to ever do it when it comes to submission grappling, aka Jiu-Jitsu. The Estupinan twins, I think they're both from Colombia, if I'm not mistaken, or wherever they're from. They're somewhere from Latin America. But they're both really good. One of them actually was on the retreat, and then he found a way. Then he won by a 3 knockdown rule, basically. He knocked his opponent down 3 times. I don't know which one of them was it. There were a lot of good fights, to be honest. If you are someone who really enjoys striking and who enjoys knockout, who enjoys really fast-paced striking, then these guys were really, really fast. Like I've been watching UFC for a very long period of time, but nobody in UFC is as fast as them. Maybe the flyweights in UFC are pretty fast, but not as fast as these guys. I mean, these fighters, each and every one of them, whether it was Tawanchai or these two guys or Anane or these two, I forgot even Saksan and Solindo, like each and every one of them were so fast. It's almost like you'll have to rewatch the fights to see where what was landed by whom. So yeah, really good fight, like a really good fight card, really good highlights, especially. And again, if you're someone who enjoys watching fights, who enjoys watching striking fights, basically kickboxing or Muay Thai, then this was like a heavenly fight card for you. And yeah, I mean, I don't have really much to talk about today, but kind of wanted to shed some light on ONE FC and Tawanchai. He is a really good fighter. Maybe he might be the next big thing when it comes to ONE FC and Muay Thai. So yeah, do keep an eye out on him. And if you enjoyed today's video, drop a like and share this video to your friends and family. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. So yeah, peace out.